Bro, what are you still doing here?
Just hanging out. Why?
Do you really not know?
Dude, what are you talking about?
Low Quality Bruins Fan didn't have to work today.
On a Tuesday?
I don't know, a scheduling mix-up or something, but all he's done since he woke up this morning is prepare for tonight.
Prepare how?
I mean, Low Quality Knights fan tried to stop him, but he just went right through him.
How exactly is he preparing?
Here we go! Oh, yeah! Woo! Let's get some! Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team that is a dub! Yeah! That's a good dub. That is a really important dub. The reason it's important, and I want you to follow me on this, is I have an ex who's an Islanders fan, and as a good Irish man, I take that shit personally. So this was important to me. God, I hate the Islanders. I don't even hate the Islanders. I lived on the island for a couple of years, and I went to some Islanders games. It was fun. The crowds are crazy. There's always a referee section for some reason. It's just weird, but it's fun. They're a fun team. More fun than they've been in years past. I mean, they're still not scoring a bunch, but 15th in the league is a lot better than where they were. Their penalty kill is pretty decent. Their defense is pretty decent. Their power play is middling. But they're a good team. But what makes them a great team is Sorokin. The other, I mean, Hellbuck's up there too, I guess. But the other Vezina candidate next to Ullmark through this very, very early part of the season. Sorokin is sporting a .238 goals against average, which is very good, and a .925 save percentage, which is very good. That .925 is actually even more impressive when you think about how his last 3 outings, he's allowed 10 goals on 76 shots, which obviously isn't impressive. But he was, woo, up there, and then he kind of went, woo, down there. Doesn't really matter, though, because Varlamov's going to get the start. Sorokin, goodbye. Varlamov, also a very capable goaltender. I'm sure we all remember him well, unfortunately. Ullmark gets the start for us. No Krejci still, but Monty explained that if this were the playoffs, Krejci would be playing. They're just trying to take their time with it to be cautious. He's still day-to-day. The reason I love this is it highlights that we don't need him right this second. This is what banking all those points does for you, is you don't have to rush anyone back. We had that conversation with McAvoy and with Marchand. McAvoy, by the way, was supposed to be coming back around this time. Just a reminder on that. I just like seeing that the coaching staff is looking at the big picture and going, we don't actually have to pop him in. Is he better than Zacha at that center, that 2C role? Yeah, absolutely. But we just don't need him right now. If we lose a couple games, one game while he's out, whatever. We've banked so many points that we're in the driver's seat to make the playoffs, very much so. I don't think the coaching staff's caring too much about seeding, not yet at least. Right now it's about being as healthy as you can be. The only change in the lineups is one I desperately wanted to see. Greer gets dropped to the 4th left wing. Foligno is brought up to that 3rd line on the left side. Fredericks over to the right. Coyle in the middle, obviously. Greer might need to get parked for a bit. The guy ain't it at the moment. We'll talk more about it. But let's talk about this game. This game was bonkers. And the title for this video is going to make a lot of sense to you guys as we talk why Ullmark and Varlamov actually had excellent games. Statistically, they're not going to seem like excellent games, but they absolutely were. 3 minutes into this game, oh, puck drops. Puck drops! 3 minutes in. We're getting absolutely shellacked. We're getting caved. We're getting mollywopped. We just can't get the puck out. We're turning it over and over again. Pasternak is on something right now. Every time he goes through this phase of getting frustrated, he turns the puck over like crazy. I love Pasta, but I'm not going to act like I don't see it. We are about to fly the zone. 3 minutes in. We're about to fly the zone. Looks like we're about to have a transition chance. Stop on the point. Puck gets smacked right in front to Parise, who's right in front of Ullmark. And he's a little bit to the left, and Ullmark just stays with him. The second the puck got over to him, and he's one-on-one with Ole with no one around, all I can think about is how we keep allowing the first goal of the game on the first shot of the game, which this wasn't the first shot by that point, but still, we've been allowing really early goals lately. And Ullmark just said, nah, enough of that shit. Took care of it. It was just an absolute beauty. And then, shortly after that, it's a cross-crease, cross-slot, wide-open net pass. And Anders Lee has the chance. And he straight up misses the net. I don't know if the puck bobbled on him or what, but he missed the net. He had Ullmark down. There was nothing he could do. It's a good bounce, right? Good bounce for the Bruins. He missed the net. That's a good bounce. 6:30 in. No whistles up to this point at all, by the way. Parise goes through Ullmark. We're going to get a power play for goaltender interference. 18 seconds into the power play. Pasta just loves to shoot. This looks like a broken power play. Puck looks like it might get cleared. McAvoy makes a save at the very top of the slot. Bumps it back over to Pasternak on the right point. Pasta loves to shoot. So Pasta shot. Just flick this hard wrister on net. And DeBrusk, who's sort of in a battle there, gets his stick out and taps it. It's a perfect tip. Hits off kind of the neck of the stick. 5-hole. Squeaks through Varlamov. 1-0. Power play goal. Just like that. We're not even 7 minutes in yet. Then 19 seconds later, rush back into the zone, and DeBrusk, what do? You get pucks to the net. He sends the puck up into the slot. Forbort is trailing there. He actually jumped into the play. He is covered by Bailey, and Bailey gets a piece of this pass, knocks it past Varlamov. Varley never sees this puck. It hits off Bailey's stick. He completely loses it. And when it's in the back of his net and everyone's cheering and everything, Varley's still looking around like, wait, what? And then finally turns around and sees it there and is shocked. It was a weird, hey, a good bounce. How about that? A good bounce for the Bruins. That, on my count, Lee missing the net, DeBrusk getting a good tip. I'll take that. And then off of Bailey's stick, Forbort never gets a piece of it. He took that personally. We'll talk about that. 3 good bounces. You take those. And that's 2 goals in 19 seconds, which I'm being told 19 seconds is really fast. Too fast, some have said. I don't know if I agree with that. 9 minutes left of the period. Dobson hammers one from the right point, and it's a double body reflection. I don't mean a deflection off of like a stick where someone does it intentionally. No, hits off one guy, bounces into the slot, hits off another. I think Bailey gets the last piece of it, and it goes past Ullmark. 2-1. A good bounce for the Islanders. What are you going to do? We've already had 3 good bounces. Give them a good bounce, why don't you? That's the only goals scored so far are really good bounces. I want to give DeBrusk credit for the tip because people practice those. So if you want to say it's just a couple of good bounces, fine. Still, that's not the game I expected. 2-1 just over midway through the first. I had 2-1 being the final score. It's not what we got. 5:30 into the second. Islanders have been the much better team so far. Just crushing us into our own zone. But we do get a transition, and it looks like McAvoy has split the D and is going to go for a little bit of a breakaway. He gets tripped up. We're going to go to the power play. 9 seconds into the power play. It's the second faceoff of the power play. DeBrusk is going to trip someone right. I think it was Clutterbuck that he tripped right off the faceoff. So it's 151 of 4v4. And then 26 seconds left of that 4v4, Grizz goes for high sticking. So it's going to be 4v3 for 26 seconds, 5v3 for 9 seconds, and 5v4 for $1.25. And with all of that penalty kill time, the Islanders are so kind to us that they don't do shit with it. They don't do anything. Great kills. Excellent. Huge. Remember, we're up by 1 goal here, and there's 8:17 left of the period, and the Islanders continue to dominate. Absolutely dominate. They sit up in our zone again. It's quick puck movement up to Dobson at the right point. We already know what he does when it's up there at the right point. He shoots. And I swear to God, you ever see Wanted? Yeah. The scene where they shoot the bullet through 1,000 things from like 6 miles away to end the movie, and then it goes through Morgan Freeman's fucking skull. That's what it felt like. It felt like bodies were perfectly timed to move out of the way as this puck just low blocker posted in 2-2. And you know what? I'm going to count that as a good bounce because I can. This is what it's taken to beat Ullmark. He never saw that puck, not until the last second at best. And the first goal was a double deflection. I don't know what you're supposed to do about that kind of stuff. It's a miracle this puck even got to the net. But the Islanders deserve it because they've been in our zone all fucking night. 3:35 left. Greer is going to go for roughing, I guess. God, what an awful call because he came in with a legal hit. And then the Islanders player had his stick bash his own face because he has stick up like this when Greer came in for the hit. Just went, I don't know. I hated it. I'm still annoyed about Greer's play in general and the frequency of penalties that we take. I'll tell you what I didn't have on my bingo card tonight, though. And in fact, if anyone did, I am shocked. 11 seconds left of a great kill. We've already been in their zone twice before this with real scoring chances, and Varlamov was the best player on their power play. That's not what you want to hear if you're an Islanders fan. But we're going to go back into the zone for shits and gigs. You know, shits and gigs. And DeBrusk's going to go down the right side. He has his fingers all over this game. You love to see it. Goes down to the right side, gets to the bottom of the right circle, and sees Forbort's trailing. And he just like, I know that guy. And he chucks the puck diagonal back to Forbort. And Forbort gets the puck and he goes, you know what I haven't done in a long fucking time? A little bit of sniperoonie and cheese. Top glove. Just gorgeous. I mean, look, you asked me, hey, which guy are you covering on the defensive side of the ice? Like, who are you jumping on? Forbort's not on that list. If I had to leave one guy open, it's kind of Forbort. And yet this is when's the last time I said sniperoonie and cheese? But Forbort. Orbort. Scoreboard. That's 3-2 on a shorthanded goal. You love to see it. It's just one of those things that you can chalk up as I love to see it. Can you tell that the opening video did actually happen exactly like this? The very next play, it's a tussle in front of Ullmark, a mild fight between Greer and Martin. Martin gets the takedown, he gets the win, whatever. It was a weird one. 3-2. Going into the third, I am disappointed because I expected us to go into the third with the lead and go, all right, we are the better team, let's start acting like it. And although we did in moments, I thought the Islanders were the better team tonight. In every period, I thought they were the better team. Not in overtime, obviously not in the shootout, but in every actual regular period of hockey, I thought they were the better team. Which is frustrating to say. But we still found a way to win, so suck on that. 4:40 in, we're going to have an Islanders bounce. Just a good bounce for the Islanders. They continue to be the better team. They set up in our zone again, and a shot from the left point again. And it goes off the back wall, and Cizikas is there to collect it. And Cizikas goes for a wraparound, loses the handle, puck flings up on Forbort, who's stopping the wraparound, and it goes off Forbort's body and in past Ullmark. Ullmark has that side. Now, Ullmark had to get the pad over there. He didn't get to cover the short side with, like, shoulder to post. But, because the puck got moved quickly, is what I mean by that. But this bounce, again, is just bonkers. It's just stupid. Hockey's stupid sometimes. It just is. There's nothing I can do about that. It's 3-3, and it deserves to be, because they've been the better team. And we are going to fly through this period. The refs decided not call anything in the third, which went our way for like the first 12 minutes. But in the last 8 minutes, we were getting harassed. I mean, cross-checks and hooks and just blatant shit that the refs are just like, look, you had your turn not getting called for shit. We're not calling shit. I'm not even that upset because there was some blatant stuff that was not called on the Bruins in this game. But there were a couple things in scoring moments. And that's the big one for me. If you're in a scoring position and you don't call it, what are you doing? Particularly, about 3 minutes left, we're crushing them into their zone. It's all us to finish this game. And the puck finally gets out of the zone because Lindholm gets cross-checked from behind, taken down. It creates a turnover and a 2-on-1 the other way, which luckily they're not able to put together a real scoring chance from. But had they scored, I'd be livid right now. But they didn't, so who cares, right? Right. We're going to go to overtime. We are the better team in overtime. Varlamov stoned us. Ullmark did have a great stop on Peugeot, who had a breakaway but was forced to do it on his backhand, so Ullmark just kind of stayed in front of it. But Varley made some huge saves. We're going to go to the shootout. It goes Coyle, who has one hell of an inside-outside move. Varley is down but manages to still kick out that pad. And Wall Coyle has literally his dick inside of Varlamov's mask, which had to be very uncomfortable. Falling over him, Varlamov still makes the save. You got to be impressed by that. Barzal takes very much advantage in his turn of Ullmark. I'm not a goalie coach. Ullmark came real far out. And I know you do that sometimes. You cut the angle from a distance. This guy can shoot. I'll back up with him. But then Barzal kind of freezes him and kind of brings the puck on his forehand. And Ullmark really takes that angle. And he's still a few feet out from the net. And Barzal just cuts to his backhand. And there is net for days. I thought either Ullmark had to sink a little farther in, or he had to be more aggressive and really go for this. I was really surprised by that. Just felt really easy. Barzal's got good hands, so we'll give him that. We're down 1-0 in the first round. Second round, DeBrus just does his usual skate down, put it on his forehand, blocker side post and in. It was crossbar down. Just, you love to see it. So we're tied there. Nelson posting out. A little bit of irony there. And then Pasta puts the pressure on with a fake shot, quick hands, inside, outside, and then posting in on glove side. 2-1 in the shootout. They will not be able to follow up. Bailey misses the net. And we get the dub! A dub that a good team gets, but maybe we didn't deserve tonight. Game notes. Imagine how good we would be if Marchand was playing up to his usual standard. I believe that is his fourth game without a point. I believe so, at least. That's not exactly what you want to see from him. It's not that I think he's playing poorly, but he's not up to his standard. And I think that's fair, and I don't think he'd disagree with me at all right now. In a opposite side of the token, Ullmark was fantastic once again. And think about all the bounces. I mean, I don't know which of those goals you really look at Ullmark and be like, where's the stop on that one? He made some massive saves in this one. Just massive. I thought he was brilliant. I'm very comfortable with his performance, even if the stats aren't there for it. He's going to take a hit on his save percentage and goals allowed. But look, you play to win the games. And he saved everything that he literally could have. Just brilliant work from him. And I want to give the Isles a lot of credit. Varlamov played a really great game, too. We had some good bounces in this one. They deserved exactly what they got. I wrote, they deserved exactly what they got. That statement right there in the game notes before overtime started, which felt fair because either they were going to win, I'm like, yeah, they deserve that, or they were going to lose because it was a really close game and it just went to overtime. I thought they deserved it. They did a great job shutting us down. I think we had something like 20 giveaways in this one, which really, it's forced. So let's call it takeaways. You know, that's not exactly the same stat, but I thought their layers were incredible. Every chance that we did get in their zone was a one and done, even though we did get some really good chances. I thought they controlled the puck well, controlled the pace of play. Monty, after the game, said that they had looked at this game before the season and went, yeah, it's probably a loss there because we were still on mountain time because of the Vegas to here and we were flying. And doesn't matter. You got to find a way to win, and we did, as what good teams do. I will say this. I hate this narrative because I think it's stupid and lazy sometimes, but once in a while it really has merit. We were out-muscled tonight. We lost a ton of board battles. I don't want to say we weren't tough enough because that's what I think is like that's such a lame statement all the time of like, we're not tough. Like, all right, you go play in the NHL. We're plenty tough. The Bruins are plenty tough. But we did get out-muscled in a lot of areas tonight. I do not believe that's a real thing with this team. I believe it was just this kind of game. it happens sometimes. And the board battles, I hope, are being highlighted as these are really important. You've got to win board battles. Otherwise, you can't maintain possession. Coyle's great about it. Hall is great about it. Marchand's great about it. Not the whole team, though. And you got to make sure that you're winning those board battles, or else you get in situations where teams get to play with the puck in your zone for too long, and eventually a good bounce happens for them. Bad bounce for you, good bounce for them. What are you going to do? They don't ask how. They ask how many. Anyway, guys, that does it for me. Like, comment, subscribe. Thursday is our next game. We're doing a short shift pod recording tomorrow. I believe I won the week again. That's 3 in a row, so I am giving Thomas a run for his money. So you'll have to see that short shift podcast. Check it out, guys, if you don't. Anyway, yeah, that does it for me. Go Bees!